Hey guys, it's Five Sounds, and today I'll be walking through my track Need Your Lovin'. So I'll be going through the Ableton project, showing you a couple of the sounds and what I used to make this. So let's get this started. Alright, so here's the project. You're looking at it right now. I'll just scroll through down. This is what everything looks like. And yeah, so I got my vocal group right here, drop basses, brass for the drop. My drop drums over here, verse elements, so like the chords, the respaces, arps and stuff. My verse drums over here also, my ear candy, and my effects. So basically, this is how I like to organize my projects really. I have my vocals on top, probably drop stuff will be here, will be on top. And then I usually have my verse stuff, so my verse instruments and stuff like that. Drums and ear candy and my effects. So yeah, that's basically how I like to organize my projects. Also, color coding them as well is really helpful. I usually have my effects in green, ear candy in this color, I don't know. All my drums are in orange, my bass is in reds, my chords are in purples or pinks. Yeah, so let's just listen to this. So this is where the track kind of started with this vocal. I got this vocal from Vocalfy. Not a sponsor, but they have pretty good vocals to choose from.
Lights off, wanna be the one that treats you right. We'll dance, yeah, we lose ourselves into the night. Let go of your fears, I'm gonna take it slow. Slow. I don't know what you do to me, but I'm losing control. The way you lay your love on me, it makes me want you more. I don't know what you do to me, but I'm losing control. The way you lay your love on me, it makes me want you more. I need your loving, I need your loving,
Yeah, so that's basically what the vocal is. It comes with stems, so it comes with like dry and wet versions, so you can just process them yourself and stuff like that. Over here I just did some EQing, you know. This doesn't have EQ on it, which is weird. Yeah, just some EQ, try to make this one a bit wider, add some sidechain. So at the start of the track you hear this chord, the chords, so these are the... I just use a serum preset. I could probably show you that actually. My CPU doesn't bug out. I'm just using this music horror serum preset over here. And I just did some EQing. Sounds pretty good. Sounds like a classic deep house track, but it's not really deep house. And then I have a respace that comes in here. I could probably show you that. So this is from Spire. Added some saturation to it. Some Pultec for a Pultec punch. And this is the preset that I use. It is the Kung Fu bass from Spire, which sounds pretty good. I wanted to get that kind of grittiness from that respace, so that's what that saturation is for. You can hear the difference without it. With it, you kind of get that higher end kind of grit to it, which I really like. And then you have the drums that come in. This is the pre-chorus. Classic stuff. Open hats and use a chest kick, or I mean, I thought I used it's a chest kick from the Cashmere pack, and I just added a little filter to it to make it kind of not as much high end. I kind of filtered the highs a bit.
Don't know what you do to me, but I'm losing control. The way you lay your love on me, it makes me want you more. I don't know what you.
And then also here I have my ear candy elements. So all this stuff is working together to kind of fill out the track more. Sounds sick. And then I also had some ambience, like some rain in the background. Probably can't hear it, but it just adds a little bit of texture to this track. And the classic swooshes and effects. So yeah, that's the pre and the verse. So for the build up, we have, what do we have? The vocals, of course, some brass shots, and this ARP thing that I made in Serum. Just kind of build up the energy, and of course you got the fills, snare builds, and then the drop. So yeah, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward build section. What the effects sound like on their own. Brings up that energy. And then, of course, you got the classic snare builds, create the energy. Drum fill. Pretty simple stuff. That's pretty much the build. It's pretty simple. And then we get to my favorite part, which is the drop. So we got the vocal chops. I just added some EQing to it, some kickstart, some like putting sidechain to the kick through the audio. And then I also have this drop bass because this is a slap house track, if you haven't noticed already. So I basically just have this one-shot sample in the simpler and created this bassline pattern. So let's hear what that sounds like. Little flourish there. Triplets at the end. Added some compression to this, just to squash it a bit more. Cut out the lows just to make room for the sub. And this is basically the sub. This is what I use for the sub bass. Very deep, I like that. And then I just resampled the first note over here. I just resampled it from the main bass. And then I reversed it to kind of lead into that. So, yeah. And then you'll hear that kick underneath to make it really hit. But there's no kick in there. We'll get to that soon. And then I just got some brass over here, just copying the notes of the bass pattern. Cut out the lows to clean it up a bit. Of course, some sidechain. And then we got the drop drums over here, which is my favorite part. Just basic kick, collapse, just an open hat and a snare. Crashes, pretty straightforward drums, pretty basic. And then what we got here for effects? Nothing really, just the uplifters and downlifters. Oh, we got some ear candy. Drum fills, that's always fun. So yeah, this is what it sounds like all together. Sorry for the build up. pretty sick. Sounds pretty good. And then what I basically did, I just kind of for verse 2, same thing. I just added drums to it. It's just the same as verse 1, just added drums to it. Pre-chorus, same thing. Hook, just copied and pasted. And then for the second half of the drop, I just have the clap earlier. So we can hit a bit harder, I guess. So for the second half of the drop, I just kind of changed it up a bit to make it a little bit more different than the last one. I just kind of took this. I just pitch shifted this down 12 semitones. I just cut out all the bass, cut out everything, just had that vocal in there. There you go. I think that's pretty much it. This track's pretty simple. Not too many elements going on over here. Just using good sounds, and it makes your job more easier. So I'll just go a little bit for the outro. Here's what I have for the outro. I have this very atmospheric vocal at the end. Just absolutely, yeah. Drenched in reverb, 100% mix with a decay of 2 seconds, and cut out the lows. And filtered it a bit. I have the Reese bass, I have the ARP. Oh, I also have this plug in here. And the ear candy elements. And a swish to end things off. So that is, I guess that's pretty much what this track is. It's pretty simple stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much just a walkthrough of how up the different kind of elements in this track. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to let you through my mastering chain. Now, I am not one of those mastering engineers that knows how to master really. I just try to keep it pretty simple. So this is basically what I have on my master chain for this track. We have Ozone. Yep, have some Ozone on here, boosting the highs a bit. Some clarity, stabilizer, some dynamic EQ. I honestly don't know what that is. I don't really know what many of those things do. So, then I have my favorite limiter to use. It is the Pro L2, gain at 11 dB, and then have about a -9, -10, and then I also have this thing. So this over here, it lets me tell how the tracks sound on mono systems or like really cheap speakers, so make sure there's no like phasing issues or something like that. So if I turn this on, if I listen for the drop, this is basically what it sounds like on like bad speakers, right? And it's in mono, of course. And then, well, I don't know if my tracks are played in clubs and stuff like that, but club systems are in mono, I think, typically. So someone can correct me on that. But this is basically what it sounds like in mono. I just have this preset. Just let me know how it sounds like in mono. And then I have this span, which is basically just my audio visualizer or frequency spectrum to see where things are sitting. If it's too much high end, too much low end, stuff like that. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this track. It is pretty simple, not many elements to it, mastered pretty easily. Yeah. So I guess that's pretty much it for the walkthrough of this track. It is out right now, today, it is out on Bass Music Records, and I'm so excited about that because it's my first label release for a solo song, which is great. We'll see how many people like it. I hope you enjoy it too. Yeah, I'll be back soon with a new video.